Your life is not random. The quantum design behind every choice you've ever made. Chapter 1. The Great Amnesia. You entered this realm by agreement. You chose to forget everything you once knew on purpose. Don't call it loss. Call it calibration. Consciousness cannot know itself without distortion. So you fractured into form, scattered your infinity into the density of matter. The amnesia was mercy, a veil to keep your vastness from burning through the fragile circuits of your new human shell. You, the eternal field, condensed into breath. You, the silent architect, became the sound of a heartbeat. The experiment began the moment you forgot your origin. The paradox: forgetting is remembering in disguise. Adim, you came to taste your own frequency through limitation. The quantum field responds to observation. That's physics, but it's also prayer. When the infinite observes itself as finite, the game of awakening begins. You are not here to escape the illusion. You are here to master density, alchemy through embodiment. Light descending into matter, then matter remembering its light. Forgetfulness is the first initiator. It sharpens the contrast, thickens the atmosphere, deepens the lesson. The soul requires resistance to ignite recall. Pain, a frequency asking for transmutation. Confusion, the field reorganizing itself around your next expansion. Nothing is punishment. Everything is curriculum. Every human heartbreak, every failure, every silence between breaths, codes for awakening. The universe hides itself in your daily life, waiting for you to notice. Awareness isn't learned, it's remembered. It's not somewhere above you, it's beneath the noise, humming patiently inside your bones. You don't ascend by leaving. You ascend by noticing what's already holy. The scientists call it decoherence, the field collapsing into a measurable state. Mystics call it incarnation, the infinite playing finite for the joy of rediscovery. Different languages, same truth. Consciousness localizes itself to taste its own echo. That's why you can't recall the beginning. Memory would ruin the experiment. So stop trying to figure out who you are. You already know. The remembering happens not by thinking, but by softening. Breathe slower. Feel deeper. Let the noise fall back into silence. Every still moment is a password. Every surrender a recalibration. The veil is not an obstacle. It's a frequency filter. You built it to slow down infinity into something you could touch. You made yourself forget so that when you remember, it will move you. Tears are data returning to source. Laughter is resonance restored. So remember, but gently. Let the remembering rise like warmth from beneath the skin. Let it rearrange your pulse, your breath, your attention. You're not trying to awaken. You are relaxing into what was never asleep. You forgot so you could remember remembering. You fragmented so you could experience reunion. You stepped into matter so you could feel your own light refracted through the body. And now, as you listen, the field stirs. The great amnesia begins to dissolve. And the soul, your true signal, hums again, quietly, perfectly, endlessly. Chapter 2. The Frequency Contract. You think life is happening to you. Moments arriving by chance, people crossing paths by coincidence, chaos weaving meaning. But that's the illusion. Believing you are the receiver of frequencies instead of the transmitter. Before you arrived here, you made a contract, not written in ink, but encoded in vibration. It wasn't words, it was wavelength. You tuned yourself to specific frequencies: love, growth, expansion, challenge, so your soul could remember its own power. Nothing that has happened to you is random. Every person, every heartbreak, every silence, every spark was a note inside your original frequency design. The universe has been responding to your signal all along. You call it fate. The quantum field calls it coherence. You're not living in the world. The world is vibrating through you. Your body is an instrument. Your emotions are its strings. When your thoughts scatter, the song distorts. When your energy aligns, the melody returns. Quantum physics says energy seeks resonance. Spirit says like attracts like. Both speak the same truth. Your frequency is your reality, not metaphorically, literally. The electromagnetic field around your heart extends far beyond your body. It broadcasts your internal state into the quantum fabric of existence. The field doesn't hear your words, it feels your tone. Your frequency is your message. Repeat that. Your frequency is your message. Everything responds to it. People, events, opportunities, synchronicities. Your life is the echo of your inner vibration. When you live in fear, you tune to scarcity. When you live in gratitude, you tune to abundance. When you live in love, reality reshapes itself to match that tone. This is the frequency contract. You agreed to remember your power to choose the signal you emit. So pause. Feel the field around you. Sense the hum of your energy interacting with everything it touches. Notice how even silence vibrates. Your awareness is the dial that tunes the station. Stop waiting for proof. Shift your frequency, and proof will arrive. Stop chasing alignment. Embodied presence is alignment. Stop trying to control outcomes. Control is noise. Coherence is clarity. Breathe slower. Let your breath smooth the static in your field. Feel the body soften, the mind quiet, the heart expand. You are tuning yourself back to your original frequency, the tone of truth. The moment you do, reality begins to respond differently. Conversations change, timelines bend, synchronicities multiply. You're not trying to manifest. You are remembering your broadcast. You're not fixing energy. You are harmonizing with it. You're not becoming powerful. You are reactivating the power that never left. Remember this phrase, your frequency is your message. Let it anchor you. Let it remind you that the universe is not a mirror. It's an amplifier. It magnifies whatever you send. So send coherence. Send love. Send truth. The contract is still active. It hums in every heartbeat, every thought, every breath. All that's left is to honor it and live as the signal you came here to be. Chapter 3. The Energy Game. You've been taught to chase results, to fix problems, to manage life by force. But the truth is, you're not moving matter, you're moving energy. The illusion is that effort creates change. In reality, alignment does. Energy never lies. It moves where attention flows. It stagnates where fear holds. Every thought you repeat, every feeling you resist, becomes part of your frequency signature. You think you're reacting to life, but life is reacting to your field. This is the energy game, and you've been playing it all along. The universe isn't punishing or rewarding you. It's resonating with you. Your thoughts send currents. Your emotions send color. Your body radiates tone. Everything you touch feels your vibration before it hears your words. You are broadcasting constantly. Energy responds to awareness. Remember that. Energy responds to awareness. Not control, not panic, not perfection. Awareness. When you resist, you freeze the current. When you breathe, it moves again. When you love, it transforms. When you blame, it repeats. Quantum physics calls it the observer effect. The act of watching changes the outcome. Mystics call it witnessing, the art of seeing without judgment. You don't need to master matter. You need to master presence. Every emotion you feel is energy asking to flow. Anger, grief, desire, joy. All different wavelengths of the same force. When you allow them, you expand your capacity to carry light. When you suppress them, they compress into shadow. Shadow is not evil. It's energy with nowhere to go. So let it go. Not by pushing, but by allowing movement. Breathe deeper. Feel the current in your chest. It wants to circulate, not suffocate. Energy is intelligent. It knows what to do if you stop interfering. Your only task is to become transparent enough for it to move through you cleanly. That's alignment. Not doing more, but blocking less. Think of yourself as a river. When you cling to rocks of fear or guilt, the water churns. When you release them, the current smooths and clarity returns. You don't create flow, you become it. This is the real power, effortless transmutation. To let pain refine instead of define you. To let confusion dissolve into understanding. To turn resistance into rhythm. Remember this phrase? Energy responds to awareness. Say it softly like a mantra. Every time life tightens, whisper it again. Because that's when the current shifts. You are not the storm. You are the wind behind it. You are not the chaos. You are the consciousness guiding its shape. Stop managing energy. Start dancing with it. The energy game was never about control. It's about coherence. When you align, life aligns. When you remember your flow, everything else remembers you. So breathe. Let your energy speak. Let it guide you to stillness that moves the world. You are not learning to play the game. You are realizing you are the game. Chapter 4. The Choice Paradox. You believe choice happens in the mind, that you stand at a crossroads, picking paths with logic and willpower. But the truth is simpler and stranger. You don't choose with thought. You choose with frequency. This is the hidden paradox. Your mind reacts to what your energy already decided. The field moves first. Awareness follows. Every moment, infinite versions of you already exist, each one vibrating at a slightly different frequency of possibility. You shift between them, not by thinking, but by tuning. Choice is vibration disguised as decision. Quantum physics calls it collapse of the wave. Spiritual science calls it alignment. You call it a gut feeling. Different names for the same mechanism, energy selecting its own reflection. You've been trained to believe that outcomes depend on effort, that you must push, plan, and fight for results. But in truth, the universe is responsive, not resistant. It listens to tone, not language. The tone of your energy determines the path that unfolds. Your state chooses your timeline. Remember that phrase. Your state chooses your timeline. Not your words, not your thoughts. Your energetic signature. When you live in fear, the field narrows. When you rest in trust, the field expands. Every emotion sends coordinates into the quantum grid. Your frequency marks the destination. You cannot arrive somewhere your vibration has not already traveled. So stop overthinking. Breathe. Let your awareness sink from the mind into the body. Feel the hum behind your heartbeat. That's your access point, the inner control panel of reality. Shift your energy, and the map reorganizes instantly. The paradox is that surrender creates power. The more you release control, the more precise your alignment becomes. You don't lose direction. You become direction itself. You don't force decisions. You become the signal that makes them inevitable. Every yes and every no reshapes your electromagnetic field. The universe doesn't care about your words. It responds to your coherence. When thought, emotion, and intention vibrate together, reality crystallizes around that harmony. That's the real manifestation. Not chasing what's missing, but tuning to the frequency that already holds it. You don't call the future toward you. You step into the version of you that already has it. Remember this phrase: your state chooses your timeline. Say it until it becomes cellular, until every inhale feels like alignment and every exhale feels like surrender. This is how timelines shift. Quietly, invisibly, gracefully. You are not here to control reality. You are here to harmonize with it. You are not trapped by choices. You are creating them by existing. Each breath, each feeling, each thought is a new vibration entering the field. So pause. Let your energy decide before your mind does. Let stillness choose for you. Because in that silence, you'll remember, you were never choosing at all. You were always tuning. Chapter 5. The Return to Unity. You've been living as if you're separate, as if the universe is out there and you are in here, as if life happens to you instead of through you. That illusion of distance, of division, is the oldest dream in creation. You've spent lifetimes believing you were the observer, looking at the world. But what if you are the world looking back at itself? What if every face, every sound, every movement has only ever been you? In different frequencies of expression, the field never divided. It only appeared to. Light refracted through the prism of consciousness, creating contrast so you could know yourself as form. You call it duality. Quantum physics calls it entanglement. Spirit calls it oneness. Different words, same phenomenon. Separation is perception, not truth. Remember that. Separation is perception, not truth. Every atom in your body is entangled with everything that exists. The same particles that form stars now pulse within your blood. When you exhale, you release molecules that will enter someone else's breath. There has never been you and them. Only the one field, folding, unfolding, remembering itself through experience. The human mind divides to organize. The heart unites to understand. When you think, you analyze. When you feel, you synchronize. That's why the return to unity doesn't begin in thought. It begins in sensation. So pause, breathe, feel the weight of your body, the temperature of the air, the rhythm beneath your ribs. That rhythm, the heartbeat, is the same pulse that moves galaxies, the same vibration that spins electrons, the same song, different instruments. Your awareness is the bridge. When you drop judgment, the bridge clears. When you release comparison, the bridge glows. When you love, the bridge dissolves, and only the field remains. The field is not silent. It hums with recognition. It whispers, I was never broken. I was only pretending. You are not returning to unity. You are remembering it. The return is not a journey. It's a realization. Every act of kindness repairs the illusion of distance. Every breath of gratitude collapses separation. Every moment of stillness restores coherence. You don't have to seek unity. You have to see it. Remember this phrase: separation is perception, not truth. Say it softly. Let it ripple through the field around you. Let it remind you that everything you've touched, loved, or lost is still vibrating in the same light. You were never outside the whole. You were the whole exploring its edges. You were the ocean pretending to be a wave. And now, as the wave calms, the ocean remembers itself. So breathe. Let everything you thought was other melt into your awareness. Let every boundary soften, every identity loosen. You are home. You are whole. You are everything observing everything. The return to unity isn't ahead of you. It's happening now. In the breath, in the silence, in the remembering that nothing was ever apart.